Hey, I am extra. I know I've always wanted to do that, but whatever. So, my name is Nabila Berheim. I am 22 years old. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about me and my life across the borders. I was born and raised in Suriname, a small country in South America. And when I was about 8, I moved to Amsterdam and I lived there for like 13 years before I decided to move to America. I moved here. I left Amsterdam on December 28, 2015 to be exact. But I moved to Atlanta on January 1st, 2016. So it was a new journey, new start, new year, new everything. You know, I just wanted everything brand new. And it was really crazy that I actually did it. It was a little dream that I had and it actually came true. So I'm going to tell you guys from the start what my experience was. When I left at the airport, I was like, bye y'all, and I'm gonna see you guys. And you know, I didn't shed a tear, I wasn't sad, I was just excited. Everybody was like, I'm gonna miss you. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna miss you guys too, bye. And so my flight was pretty good, but when I was at the airport, like still in Amsterdam, that's when I figured out that I had a layover, and I particularly didn't want a layover at all because I didn't want to have to deal with, you know, just the whole situation of getting out of the airplane, making sure that I get to the other gate on time and all that stuff. So I was like, oh no, and then the lady told me that it was gonna be in Philadelphia. That was my first time in Philly, but at the airport, so it doesn't really count. But okay, you know, the flight was good. It was about 7, 8, 9 hours. I don't even remember. And when I was in Philly, I had probably like 1.5 hours to transfer to the other airplane because I thought that, you know, maybe it's just a layover, as in they stop there and then drop off people that need to be in Philly and then we continue. But no, I had to go to a different plane. And I had to get my luggage, I had to go through the customs, and the line was crazy long, like crazy long. And so I was like, okay, so am I going to make it to the other plane? What is going to happen? And you know, time was ticking, and they told us like, we have like 15 minutes to get to the plane, and I was still almost at the end of the line, and I was like, oh Jesus, how am I gonna do this? But later on, like when I was almost at the customs and they checked my paper, my student fees and everything, they were like, the plane already left. And I was like, oh no, how is that even possible? Like, I can't miss this plane. And there was this man that I met on the first plane, and he was trying to get to the second one too. So we were like there together, and we were rushing and trying to figure out what to do together because we both had to go there. And then the lady was like, oh well, I'm sorry, but you guys will have to catch another flight, which was going to be like 2 hours later. And I was like, no, but I need to get on this one. But, you know, it was already gone, is what they said. And then I was like, God, this can't be true. Tell me that this is not true. And like maybe 10 minutes later, somebody figured that the plane didn't leave at all. And I was like, okay, thank you, Jesus. So we had to go through the security all over again. Because first was the border check. They check your visa, your paper and everything. And then you have to go get your luggage, and I was waiting, but my luggage was already there, so I was kind of like, okay, let me grab it. And do I wait on this man? Because he waited on me, but he didn't really wait on me, but kinda. So it was a little awkward, but I ended up waiting on him, and then we ran together. Like, I had to run with both of my luggage, you know, because like at Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam, you get these cards, and these are free, and you can use them whenever you need to, and then when you don't need them, you just drop them off. Now here, I think you had to like kind of pay for it. I'm not sure, but I didn't even see those anyway, so I had to run with my big suitcase and my little carry-on, and I think I had a small bag, so that was okay, my personal item. And I was running, because like the gate, let's say you have to go to G9, and G1 is all the way to the end, and then it works to, let's say, G27, and G27 is right here where you come out. So I had to run all the way through the other side, and I had like, what, 10 minutes is what they said that they were going to wait. But I ended up making it, thank God. And when I finally made it, the plane was like almost empty, so everybody was basically still in line, and they ended up waiting on every single person, and I think it took like, what, 15 minutes. It's like all this, I could have just walked, like take my time, or at least not run trying to break my neck running, you know. So it was a crazy experience, but once I made it, everything was smooth and chill. My cousin came and picked me up, and I stayed with her for like, like 4 days, and she drove me to Atlanta, and it took like 12 hours to drive up here. Then we stayed with her best friend for a few days. It was really nice. She took us to everywhere, all the stores where I could get all the supplies I needed. Everything for school, the toiletries, and just everything that I needed to stay here. And I arrived at school on January 3rd. They were surprised to see me, and I was like, how are you surprised? I'm an international student, and they wanted me to come January 4th, and I came one day earlier because I am not from here. I want to, experience things and get to know the neighborhood and get to know and get comfortable before I really be there for good. I wanted to take my time, and they were like, well, yeah, but the room is not clean, it's not prepared because we were expecting you to come tomorrow. And when I saw the room, it was like small. Well, it was the biggest room, because I had to share it with 2 other girls, and one of them, thank God, she only stayed there for like 2 weeks, and then she left because her room was still, not prepared for her either. But the room was a mess. It looked like a jail cell. I was like, if my cousin wasn't there to help me and clean it up and do everything that needed to be done, I would have just caught the same airplane straight back to home. So I'm really thankful that she was there. And yeah, it was like pretty tiny, and there was no kitchen, so I had to eat and dine at school where I could take it, to go on campus. But I didn't like it there at all until I made friends. That's when I started to like it. But at that time, I decided to leave and move into my own apartment with 2 other girls that were already living there, and it was really fun with them. It was really great. I really still love those girls. They were really cool, and yeah, it was like just amazing, because I had my own little pool in my backyard. We had a rooftop, we had everything, so it was like so great. I was like, yeah, man, that was really, really cool. And then in January this year, 2015, well, actually, rewind it. I decided to go to Florida in December, but I actually moved on January 1st. Again, the first, for a new chapter and new everything. But at first I wasn't excited until I actually got there. And my cousins were with me, and they helped me again. And then January 15th, my grandfather passed. And then I had to go to Suriname and, bury him and do all that. In April, so after Suriname, I went back to Amsterdam for like 2 more months, and then in April I moved back to Florida, and continued there to study at the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale, which was great. The school was really small and kind of awkward, but my experience in Florida was amazing. I just love Florida, and I just keep going back and forth because it's just so great to be there. Yeah, and then I ended up moving back to Atlanta, which is great. But being here now, I'm like, do I really want to be here? Sometimes I have that, sometimes I'm like, I just want to go back to the beach and, being with my cousin, because it's always good to be around family. Although that's a sacrifice I know I had to make. I know that being here by myself, I would need to make the decision to leave everybody behind that I love and that's dear to me. But if you have a goal in mind and you want to achieve your goal, then you need to make sacrifices. Those things are not handed to you. Like, you can't have the full package. You can't follow your dream, have everybody next to you, and then have a bunch of quality time. You gotta give something up in order to achieve whichever thing you plan to achieve, whatever. So, but it's good to every now and then be around family and people that you love. So being here in Atlanta is great. I love Atlanta. It's amazing. Well, actually, I'm not in Atlanta anymore. Now I am in Fairburn, kind of in the middle of nowhere, where we don't have public transportation. Only 20 minutes away from here. But it's cool. It's really cool. I like it. It's quiet. It's peaceful. It's just great. Just exactly what I need. But I still miss Bucket though. So yeah, that's it. That's it, I guess. That's my story. Well, yeah, I love the Art Institute here. It's much bigger. It's you have 300 people in fashion only, and I think the school in Fort Lauderdale consisted of 300 people in general, every major. So I like being here. It's great. It's awesome. I learned a lot, and it's just always great to be around like-minded people, creative people that I can give and take from, and it's cool. So this is pretty much my life so far. I've had a lot of crazy things happen to me too. One of the craziest things is that I was in an Uber with my roommate from last year, and the Uber, oh my goodness, it was smelling so bad, so bad. And every time this man was talking to us, the smell got worse, and I was just ready. And then he turned up the heat, so this smell with the heat is it's making everything worse. And I was like, oh my god, I need to get out of this car now. And so he finally dropped us off. We were going to Walmart, but my roommate wanted to go to the bank first, which is closer than Walmart, so I was happy that she wanted to get out there. I had my scarf over my shoulders, and without thinking, I just jumped out of the car because I was like, I need fresh air now. And I get to the register. I'm like, Andrea, where's my bag? Did I give my bag to you? Like, no. And I'm looking in the cart if I put my bag there, and I'm like, wait a minute, my bag is in the Uber. And I was like, oh my god, how could this happen? But usually I feel when I don't have my bag on me, it feels empty, it feels weird. But this time I didn't feel it, but I guess there was a scarf that was on my shoulder. And so that would, mind you, we were in Walmart for over an hour shopping. And I go through the Uber app and I'm trying to call the Uber that dropped us off, and I couldn't find his number. I was like, what in the world? How am I going to reach this man? Only thing I could do was put in on the app that I lost my item. But I don't know how long that would take. They never actually got back to me over that item. So I'm trying to call him, praying, God, I need this bag. I had $600 in cash in that bag, plus my credit cards, my regular cards, my everything was in my bag. My whole life was in my bag. And so I received a phone call And I'm like, is it him? Is it him? Is it him? And it wasn't him. I'm like, oh my God, Jesus, I need my bag. I need my money. I need my life. And like maybe like 15 minutes later, he calls me and he was like, oh, I found your bag, and I guess you didn't mean to leave that for me, did you? And I'm like, this ain't no time to be joking around. Like, I need my bag. And he was dropping somebody else off somewhere that was pretty far from where I was at, and I was like, can you please come back, because I'm at the register at Walmart and I need my bag. And he was like, yeah, but I'm dropping this person off, and he was asking the person if he minded that, you know, they would come back together to drop my bag off. And he was like, yeah, but the person is already paying for this ride. And I was like, I don't care for this ride. Like, I could pay for the ride if you need me to, but you know, the person really wanted to go home or whatever, wherever he was going. And then he was like, okay, I will come back after and I will meet you at Walmart. So I waited for almost 2 hours in Walmart for him to come back with my bag. And I'm like, oh Jesus, is he gonna come back? Is he gonna come back? And I kept calling him, and all of a sudden he was like, okay, I'm coming, you know. And then yeah, he came back with my bag and my money was in there. I don't know if he maybe took like $20 out or whatever. And I was like, I don't care if he even did that. All I care about is that I had most of the money that I remember having in their bag. And I had my cards back and my ID and everything. So I was like, okay, thank you, Jesus. You know, for, you know, having the whole, like in this time that we're living in, and somebody brings your bag with all your money back. You didn't have to, because I didn't have any of his information. You know, I couldn't do anything. So I'm so grateful for that until now. And then one time I had this weird man on the bus, no, on the train. He was like, call me if you need a sugar daddy. You know, those are some of the crazy things that happened to me so far. But overall, I had a great experience. I had a blast living here. It's the greatest decision I've ever made for myself. To move here regardless of what people would say or think or you. And you know, it's not always easy, it's not always fun, but overall I can say that it's the greatest thing ever. Could just go and do whatever I believe is right for me. So yeah, that's my life in 18 minutes. Thank you guys for watching, and I will definitely keep fun and show you guys different things, so it's not just gonna be boring story time, okay? Alright, just give me some thumbs up and share. Bye.